Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again in this YouTube astrological segment. I'm going to be giving you my Aries November 2019 horoscope forecast part 2 of 2. And yes, this does apply and pertain to the Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. Anyway, people, first thing up is as far as November goes, Mars will be in Libra from the 1st until the 19th, so the 7th house as well be emphasized and highlighted. Well, at this time, situation with a significant other, even a grandmother, others in general, may be a little bit more contentious and acrimonious than usual. There could be arguments over legal matters, justice, what's fair, what's equitable. Not wanting to compromise, somebody not wanting a reconciliation, maybe one person wanting one, the other one not. And when I look at this too, I mean, this could also be a time, Aries, if you're unattached, you may connect with a Libra, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Libra characteristics. It could be for a sexual liaison. It could be something that leads to a significant other marriage situation. This could be certain passive-aggressive energy going on with others in general right now. And it could be a time too where you might be this could also be putting a lot of energy into some Libra type competition, such as tennis, gymnastics, even something like Jenga, because that involves balance, of course. Now, could also be a lot of energy trying to find some kind of compromise or reconciliation with open adversaries or legal opponents right now. Anyway, well, next thing up is, as far as November goes, Mars will be in Scorpio from the 19th until the 30th, so the 8th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time, well, in some cases, there may be more some contentious, acrimonious situations with the sexual partner, someone you're in an intimate relationship with. There could be a lot of anger connected with jealousy, and also actions that might be very vengeful toward these people as well at this time. Could also be a time too where you're putting a lot of energy into energy and vitality into digging deep in a tax or an insurance matter, or even or this might even be psychological warfare in some cases with a sexual partner, someone you're in an intimate relationship with, and also energy into digging deep, maybe over a death in some isolated cases that may be mysterious. Now, if you're unattached at this time, Aries, you may connect with the Scorpio, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Scorpio characteristics. It could be for a very non-superficial, very deep connection, something where it could be a very strong, intimate relationship at this time. And also, too, this could also be, in some cases, about taking action with a lot of emotional intensity and passion in 8th house matters, such as tax matters, insurance. Even if you're, like, say, doing astrology or supernatural or the occult, or if you're into that, it could be taking action in those matters as well, and putting a lot of energy into that. Well, the next thing up is Jupiter will still be in Sagittarius, so the 9th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time, as I've stated in previous videos, Jupiter can be rather paradoxical. It could be very strongly benign and benevolent, but it could also have a tendency to enlarge and expand. Now, in some cases, this could enlarge and expand self-righteous, foolhardy, over-optimistic, over-exuberant, over-enthusiastic behavior with in-laws, grandchildren, foreigners, people you may know at a religious congregation, college, university, or it could even be in your dealings with them as well. On the positive side, it could be very fortuitous for a Sagittarius type publishing matter. It could be something connected with sports, the law of translation, advertising, sports, the outdoors, expanding horizons, and also could be very good for foreign travel at this time. And really, at this time as well, it might even be very positive and auspicious for Sagittarius higher education. It could be something studying the law, something sports related, something that could be connected with publishing, advertising, something could be something with horses, even if there's any studies connected with that. anything that could be Sagittarius related, translation, learning a foreign language, studying to be like a college educator. This could also be well, anyway. The next thing I want to get to is that Saturn will still be in Capricorn, so the 10th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time, well, this could be a time where you may be dealing with certain restrictions and limitations with the dominant parent, which is often the father, your career, notoriety, status recognition, even public image and reputation. In some cases, this could manifest in taking care of a sickly or debilitated dominant parent. Or someone prominent in your career. It could be something Capricorn related, such as something with the knees, the bones, or the joints, the hamstrings. It might be making you feel somewhat despondent and melancholy. It could also be a time where the father or older people in general may be figuring more prominently in your career. It could be improving your stature in life, your public image, your reputation matters, connecting also, and maybe even attaining a position of authority. This could be about a lot of laborious, consistent efforts in 10th house matters at this time. And could also be too at this time, keep in mind that you may be dealing really, Saturn can be about, despondency and sorrow. So it could be you might be dealing with something, a lot of sadness in 10th house matters. It could be connected with the public image, the reputation, trying to attain a position of authority, but it could also be about gaining structure and discipline in these matters as well. At this time, especially ones that are career related, and also taking responsibility for 10th house matters, whether it's the public image, the reputation, your social status, your stature in life, or what have, or anything that could be 10th house related. Well, anyway, the next thing up is Uranus will be in Taurus still, so the second house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. Now, at this time, this could manifest in a multitude of ways. You could be dealing with a lot of financial fluctuations. It could be that your monetary situation may be very erratic and sporadic at this time. On a positive end, though, this could also manifest in Uranus money-making endeavors. It could be something connected with astrology, esoteric subjects, aerospace, astronomy, even rocket science, computers, electronics, innovation, dealing with new concepts, new ideas at this time. It could also be in some cases that Taurus friendships, they could be Taurus Sun, Moon, or Ascendant people, or simply ones that embody Taurus traits. I figure more prominently in your values, your self-worth, self-esteem, how you feel about yourself at this time. And also new ideas, new concepts, and innovations might be things that you strongly value at this time, and things that you want to purchase as far as your possessions at this time. But when you're talking about Uranus energy, it could be about disruptions as well, and it could be also where your monetary situation may be somewhat erratic and sporadic, and also going through some disruptions. There might be instability in connection with this right now. So those are some ways that this could manifest at this time. So anyway, well, next thing up, well, Neptune will be in Pisces still, so the 12th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time, well, one way this may manifest, this could be about your private life being in a lot of chaos right now. It could be where this could be about the dissolving or dissipation of a connection with an aunt or an uncle, people prominent in your private life. You might feel like your private life might be dissolving or dissipating right now. Sometimes it could be also at this time, even hidden enemies, hidden adversaries may be somewhat nebulous and unclear at this time, and maybe ones that might be in something Neptune related, such as something with the metaphysical, which includes astrology. It might be poets or dancers, or they could be people that do work by the boat or by the sea. Anything, they might be chemists, photographers, anything that could be Neptune related. It could also be doing, putting a lot of self-sacrifice into helping those less fortunate than yourself, such as the impoverished, the oppressed, the homeless, and the hungry. And could also, another way this may manifest. Now, in some isolated cases, this could be about a Neptune, like a hospitalization, such as something with the feet, the toes, the lymphatic system. And you might also find at this time, now again, this again could be very isolated. You might find yourself now in some cases, it could indicate imprisonment for something, for some kind of crime of deception, or some kind of, such as like money laundering, or phony ID, something which could be again connected with Neptune, or something associated with drugs such as possession and resale. So it's important to be very careful at this time, and also about driving. Try not to be driving under the influence, because you might be more susceptible to incarceration for something drug, alcohol related at this time, more so than usual. And also being deceptive and duplicitous might be oneself undoing at this time. Well, last but not least, Pluto will be in Capricorn still, so the 10th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted at this time. Well, this can manifest in a number of ways. This could be about the obliteration or destruction of one's public image, the career, the reputation, but could also be, now in some cases, and a lot of you don't want me to say the dreaded D word, but I'm going to anyway, this could be about the actual literal death of a dominant parent, which is often the father, someone prominent in your career, an authority person, that might be in a position of authority over you, such as a supervisor. It could be, and again, that it could manifest in the literal death of one of those people at this time. It could also be at this time, on a positive note, you might find yourself doing something Pluto related as far as your career goes, such as something with transformation, recycling, something with a death profession, such as working as a mortician, funeral director, coroner, or someone in surgery, something connected with the supernatural, the occult, or astrology. So those are some ways this can manifest and pan out at this time. Well, anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, people, stay well.